Nowadays search engines become people's one of the most needed elements in daily life. Let's walk through a brief history of search engines from the very beginning. What is a search engine? A search engine is a software program that runs into the internet. It is designed to find more accurate information from the World Wide Web. In every search engine, there is an input and output section which is usually users known as search box and search engine result page. People need to put the most relevant keyword, S, which they want to query on the search engine's search box. Search engines take that command and after a while, it shows the results on the SERP. Google, Bing, Yahoo, Yandex, Baidu are the most known search engines nowadays. 1987. Archie. In 1987 McGill University School of Computer Science runs a project named Archie. This software program collects information on downloadable files from the internet. Archie was a software tool for indexing FTP archives. The word Archie is taken from the word archive without V. The most interesting fact, Archie is the world's first considerable search engine in history. 1989. World Wide Web Virtual Library, Vlib. An English scientist, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, who was working on CERN, European Council for Nuclear Research, in Switzerland. In 1989 the first website the web in the world was invented by Tim Berners-Lee. It was hosted on Berners-Lee's next computer. After that, he made a virtual lab named Vlib, World Wide Web Virtual Library, in 1991. This CERN web server hosted a list of the other web servers in that age of the internet. 1992. Veronica, on the way of search machine. Veronica was a search engine system made based on Gopher protocol in November 1992. Two scientists Stephen Foster and Fred Berry from the University of Nevada, Reno developed Veronica. This search engine system mainly searched files, then it gathered their file names and titles and stored them in the Gopher index system. 1993. Jughead, brother of Veronica. Jughead was another search engine system like Veronica invented in 1993. Rhett Jones at the University of Utah developed Jughead based on Gopher Protocol 2. This Jughead also searched file names and titles in Gopher index systems, but the difference is this is only searched a single server at a time. World Wide Web Wanderer. In June 1993 Matthew Gray of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, developed probably the world's first web bot called Wanderer. The full form of Wanderer is World Wide Web Wanderer. Matthew developed it based on Perl programming language. The bot was used to count the active web servers and its actual purpose was to measure the growth of the internet. Later very soon the bot was able to capture actual URLs. Wanderer collects the URLs and indexed its database called Windex. But there was a limitation of Wanderer. Bot accessed the same pages several times every day and it caused major lags. Jump Station. The father of search engine Jonathan Fletcher, from Scarborough, England developed Jump Station. It launched on December 12, 1993, and was announced on December 21, 1993 on the NCSA Mosaic web page. Jump Station was used to crawl and index the title and headers of the web page. World Wide Webworm, www. The World Wide Webworm, www, is developed by Oliver McBrien at the University of Colorado. This is one of the primitive search engines of the World Wide Web. Although www was first launched in March 1994, it was made at end of the year September 1993. www made a database including 300,000 multimedia items and 110,000 web pages in 1994. This could search for keywords via the World Wide Web. But the search results were not shown by rank. RBSE Spider. RBSE web crawler was developed end of 1993. This crawler was able to find URLs from its database. But without an exact match title, it was very difficult to find any results. 1994. Infoseek. In January 1994, an American serial entrepreneur, Steve Kirsch, announced the internet search engine called Infoseek. It was also known as Big Yellow. Early 90s, it was one of the most popular search engines in the world. Infoseek was mainly regulated by its originated owner, Infoseek Corporation, HQ California, USA. According to statistics, the Infoseek website had almost 7.5 million users per month. In 1998, Infoseek launched its ultra-match targeting algorithm, first time in history. It was able to submit a web page in real time and could target a specific audience by analyzing their behavior. At last, Infoseek was bought and merged by Walt Disney in 1999. Galaxy/EINET, Boundless Directory. EINET was launched in January 1994. It was known as the first searchable Internet directory. The MCC Research Consortium at the University of Texas, Austin also created Galaxy as a supporter of the EINET division. Galaxy/EINET is still alive and working as a directory. At that time it was familiar with well utilizing the listing information, but it lost importance, lack of unnecessary information in a short amount of database. Aweb. Aweb, Archie-like indexing for the web, was another one of the earliest search engines in the World Wide Web, www. It was developed from three primitive search engine systems: Archie, Jughead, and Veronica. Aweb is also developed by Gopher Protocol, but it was far developed from the previous search systems. It allows meta tags of the web pages. But there was no search crawler for spidering the web information. That time user should submit their web page manually. There was a problem at that time: people didn't know clearly how to submit their web page information. This point forced down the Aweb that time. Aweb was first announced in November 1993 but published in May 1994 at the first international conference on the World Wide Web. The conference was held at the CERN in Geneva. Aweb was developed by Nexer Dutch scientist Martijn Koster. This search engine is still live and accessible for users. Yahoo Search, a flashlight of future search engine era. Two Stanford University students, Jerry Yang and David Philo, developed a directory named Yahoo Directory in 1994. After 1 year, March 2, 1995, they launched a search engine function named Yahoo Search. This search engine function was allowed to search from Yahoo Directory. Yahoo Search has become a licensed search engine from other companies, and it was one of the most popular search engines in the history of all time. Yahoo Search was developed by PHP language, and it was a true web crawler-based search engine. In this engine, informational web pages were free for adding the directory. This is still a live search engine, but on July 29, 2009, Yahoo and Microsoft announced that they were in a deal with Bing to become more powerful. Yahoo Search. Web crawler. SERP of web crawler search engine. Web crawler is one of the oldest non-commercial, meta search engines, which was started developing by Brian Pinkerton at the University of Washington on January 27, 1994. Initially, it was not a search engine, it was only a computer desktop application. It was officially launched on April 21, 1994. AOL, America Online, bought WebCrawler in June 1995, and they introduced its amulet Spidey. Excite acquired WebCrawler from AOL on April 1, 1997 for $12.3 million. In 2001, Excite bankrupt and WebCrawler become the property of Infospace. In July 2016, OpenMail acquired Infospace for $45 million. Thus, WebCrawler putting under ownership OpenMail. Lycos. Lycos search engine. The word Lycos is short for Lycosidae, which is Latin for wolf spider. Wolf spiders are members of the family Lycosidae, from the ancient Greek word lambda kappa omicron meaning wolf. In 1994, a web search engine and web portal were launched, spun out of Carnegie Mellon University. Lycos search engine documented 1.5 million documents in January 1995. Lycos could make ranked by relevance retrieval and used prefix matching and word proximity by itself.